Today's April 18th, and I know I look like a Russian grandmother with my chador over my head, but the sun is on my head and it's just not good for the video. So now you might say I look like a sadhu because sadhus dress this way. Okay, I look like a combination of a Russian grandmother and a sadhu. So today's quote is called Going Higher. As you go higher in consciousness by becoming more of a servant. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said that a pure devotee can never, ever, ever forget that he's a servant. It doesn't matter what situations he's in. He could have the whole world at his feet. Every resource, every person could surrender to him, and he would never forget for a second that he's a servant. Isn't that amazing? He can't be budged from his identity because it's a realization. And if you don't have that realization, if it's only theoretical knowledge, then what this quote is saying, we have to remember that the higher we go, in the sense of higher meaning higher externally in our placement of responsibility, the more responsibility we have, the more people look to us for guidance, the more people are required because of our position to be obedient, the more we have to become a servant, because the natural tendency is to be controller, and we all want power, and we often want to take advantage of the power that's given to us. But that power, when Krishna gives it to us, he gives it to us as stewards to use, not to abuse. And this is a huge problem, as we were discussing the other day, that we always want to be in the center. When there's ever an opportunity for enjoyment, that conditioned tendency to enjoy it becomes very strong. So what is really stronger than power, dominance, pride? Nothing. And so for Krishna's service, we have to be in a position where we're given power, because we need that to serve. This world is Krishna's world, and we need to be stewards of this world as best we can, and that means we need to engage the resources of this world and engage people, as many as possible. That was Prabhupada's vision, we should make the whole world Krishna conscious, right? So, if you become empowered by Krishna, where Krishna gives you a position, he gives you a facility, he gives you intelligence, he gives you capability. As you get it, you have to think of more and more that how can I employ this in service? You can't think, I'm better than everyone, therefore Krishna has put me in this position. You have to think of everything in terms of service. Now, the need to become humble is even greater. The need to see everyone as better than I am is even greater. The need to be grounded, to not forget that I'm an insignificant servant of Krishna, it needs to be greater. The higher I go up, the more I have to be grounded. And the problem is that often Krishna allows us to go up in our service, but when we go up, we lose sight of the ground, and that's when we have trouble, because we're not walking on the ground. One philosopher said, it's okay to keep your head in the sky, think lofty if your feet are on the ground. So we can do many lofty things, that's fine, we should. But we have to always remember that whatever success I have, that is Krishna's mercy on me. And no matter what position I'm in, no matter who I am or where I am, I'm always just an insignificant servant. Just like we see when someone joins Krishna consciousness, they don't know that much, so naturally they're humble. They're just humbled by their ignorance. They're humbled by their inability in the beginning to be good devotees. But when we start to learn and we start to advance, we become detached, our service increases. Very often we see that devotees become proud. Now I have something to be proud of, and when I was a young devotee I had nothing to be proud of. Now I have a lot to be proud of. That's the test. That as we go up and have something so-called to be proud of, I have to have two, right, for quotes, something to be proud of, that's the test. That we always remember, I'm just the same person I was when I came. I'm just an insignificant servant of Krishna. That's all I am. And when we think that way, Krishna is very happy, and Krishna is very happy to give us more, because he sees this devotee is on the ground. He doesn't think that he's special, doesn't think that he's great, he doesn't think that he's better than others. I can give him more now because he doesn't forget that he's a servant.